Hello, my name is Magne. I'm working full-time as a professional tutor in Norwegian, and all of these videos is made for you to get a grasp overview of the Norwegian A1 level. This is part 1 of something I assume will be about 10-part series to complete the grammar of the A1 level. As of course as a tutor, this focus here will be primarily on what is problematic for English speakers or native English speakers, but of course I will go through all or the grammatical elements that generally is in course books or course material that you will find in Norwegian language school. So yeah, this first part is just, we will start just in this first part to get some basic grasp of pronunciation, which is generally usually it's not a big issue in Norwegian, but of course it is. There is a few rules you have to follow, and as some words is quite different than may look similar to English, but it's pronounced quite differently. Second part we will go through here. It's present tense. Pronunciation we will naturally come back to in later classes. Present tense is quite easy, and you should understand the main elements of present tense in Norwegian after this short class. Third element is placement of verbs. This is something that will cause problems for a long time forward. We will have go through the basic principle concerning it, but it will be a topic that will be coming back to many times later. And finally, just a little vocabulary to make you be able to create simple phrases in the present tense and just basic greeting phrases. Since this is a video that's probably around 25-30 minutes long, it will not contain enough material or training exercises. It's just an overview. For training and vocabulary, you should visit our sites, which will be developed continuously with increased vocabulary and exercises. So, if we just go over to the first part, basic pronunciation. And for basic pronunciation, let's start with the alphabet, which is, as you will see, Norwegian alphabet has 3 extra letters: A, Ö, O. But we will start from the beginning. I will speak each letter slowly so you can listen, and if you so wish, repeat in the pauses in between. So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, Ö, O. Can mention briefly a few elements. The E, and sometimes has the sound of the same of the A in words, but E. When I'm speaking, I'm from the city of Bergen in the west coast. I have a strong R. Generally, your R, it's not a big problem. It's probably, yeah, it's more of a dialect I don't manage to throw away. So, if you're concerned about the R, just listen to other Norwegian audio from people from other regions, and you probably will find out your R is completely fine. The U, causes some problems for some people depending on their native tongue. Norwegian is a strong U. And then we have the three last letters that causes a problem for some. It's A, Ø, O. Another element, it is the short and long vowels. Norwegian only have two lengths of the vowels, basically. It's the short ones and the long ones. If the vowel, which you see here on the left written in red, is followed by two consonants, it tends to be short. If it's followed by one consonant or no consonant, it tends to be long. The vocabulary here is not very useful, so we will not go through the vocabulary. Just listen to the difference between a short vowel and a long vowel. So we start with A. Takk, tak. Next one. Legge, lege. Finne, fine. Komme, skole. Ull, ulykke. Lyst på, lys. Færre, lære. Ørken, øl. Ånd, ål. This is generally not something that causes a problem, but just if you meet a new word, and you're uncertain about the short and long vowel, look at the amount of consonants behind or after the vowel. These sounds, it's something that is more causes more problem, and you have to. This is not just if the word starts with one of these letter combination. It's also if it's in the middle of words. They are quite common, so it's just to remind when you see it. It's in this letter combination here. It's sh as in English, ship. In Norwegian, SJ, SKI, SKJ, and sky would be combination. In Norwegian has this sound and this pronunciation. Sjalden, ski, skyer. Sjalden, ski, skyer. Same sound as in ship. Another combination. It's a little bit different, and it's not so common in English. So if you take, you see the combination here. It's KY, KI, KJ. So if you can, how it sounds in words in Norwegian here, it's kyst, kino, kjøre. Kyst, kino, kjøre. The third combination that is often sometimes causes problem. It's good to remember, but of course it's not so wrong if you speak it wrongly. But the G, it's very weak. It's like in the ring. It's NG combination, ring. In Norwegian words is mange or lang. Notice how the G, it's not mange, it's not mange, it's mange, lang. Yeah. One of the things that you will notice in Norwegian is this often has a silent letter, particularly in the end of words, but not only in the end of words. In the first example here, it's words ending in leg, which basically words that ending in ig has a silent g. But it is in this combination, even if it's not in the ending of the word. For example, you see the words here in parentheses. Vanlig, merkelig. The next silent letter is the letter T in definite nouns. Norwegian we will have in next video. Norwegian has 3 nouns, 3 genders, male, female, and neutral. In the definite form, you add an ending to the nouns, and in the nouns ending in T, it's usually, or when it is, because it's a neutral noun in the definite form. The T, you add the T, and the T gets silent. So in this example, it's huset or belte. Yeah. Again, this is nouns, and it's not related to verbs. You might hear someone who speak particularly, trying to be particularly clear, saying these T's even in Norwegian, but just avoid them, because it will sound weird and it will sound like a verb if you has a habit of pronouncing this T. So nouns ending in T, and it would be in the definite form. Huset, belte. We have some silent words, letters, where it is G and H in front of J. Gjallar or jul. Yeah. This it's generally not causing a problem, but yeah, you might be aware of them. The silent D in end of words is something that is tend to cause a bit more problem, because it's not a strict rule, but it is more common than not. So just be aware of the silent D's in end of words. Finally, silent H in words starting with HV. This you will meet a lot, because the Norwegian question words is starting with HV. The Norwegian question words, that's equivalent of the English WH. So these words would then be pronounced hva, hvor, hvem, which means what, where, and who. Hva, hvor, hvem. So, yeah, we will go through more with the pronunciation naturally when you follow along with the classes, and we will provide more audio. But for now, it's just these brief rules we will mention, so which we will talk about more later. But now we will go to the present tense, verbs in present tense. So, as in English, present tense is used about actions that currently or regularly happens. And in Norwegian, this is in regular verbs. It's quite easy. You have the infinitive form. To create the present tense, you add the R. There are irregular verbs, of course, but in regular verbs, which is most verbs, to create the present tense, you just add the R. And unlike English, you don't have to conjugate it based on whether it's first person, I, third person, he, plural, we. The verb, it's the same in Norwegian, regardless whether who is doing the action, whether it's singular or plural. For example, we can take a few examples here. Å spise, it means to eat. If I'm going to say I eat, or I'm eating, jeg spiser. Å lese, it's to read. If I were to say he reads, I would say han leser, or he is reading. Han leser, it's the same. Third example, å snakke, which means to talk. If we're about to say we talk, vi snakker. We will get more through with the grammar, with the infinitive form, but you see English has to in front of infinitive form. Norwegian has the word letter O. But this will be more later. So just a few more examples. Present tense in Norwegian. Just notice how the R is just added to all of these infinitive forms. Å spise, jeg spiser. Å drikke, du drikker. Å lese, han leser. Å bo, hun bor. Å snakke, vi snakker. Å se, dere ser. You in plural. Å gå, de går. Then let's go over to an element that generally causes a bit more problem. Verb in second location. If I were to say I'm reading a book, or no, I'm reading a book, it would be the same structure if I put now, if I want to emphasize that I'm reading a book right now, as opposed to I'm reading a book. No, I'm reading a book. However, in Norwegian, I would say, hey, I'm reading a book. You would say, jeg leser en bok. However, if I were to say, now I'm reading a book, in Norwegian you would say, nå leser jeg en bok. Notice how the verb leser here is moved, so it gets in second location. Second location is a bit silly rule, because it's of course some words after og as for and, or man as for but, is not considered a word, but when you start a new phrase, the verb gets in second location. So let's another example here. If I were to say jeg ser på TV I kveld, it's pronoun verb. I watched TV this evening. However, if I were to put this evening, I kveld, first in the phrase, I have to also move the verb. I kveld ser jeg på TV. Jeg ser på TV I kveld. I kveld ser jeg på TV. The same will also be when you later might train with writing about your regular day, what you do first, after, routine, etc. Først spiser vi middag, så ser vi på TV. This phrase means first we eat dinner, then we watch TV. We could have said, you see how the verbs gets in second location before the pronouns in both of these phrases. We could have said, vi spiser middag først, så ser vi på TV, eller vi. But if you had put the first after in the end of the first phrase, the pronoun would be in front of the verb. But because you put the when you do it first, you have to also put the verb in the second location. So before we have some simple phrases in the end, let's just go through with some very basic vocabulary. So if you can repeat, I will speak slowly so you can repeat after me if you so wish. Jeg, du, han, hun, vi, dere, de, hva, hvor, last three, og, men, nå. A short notice about pronunciation og. If you speak and emphasize og, one and then the other, you tend to say og with the G Sometimes in phrases you will just hear O, like the letter O pronounced, but yeah. So if we go next to vocabulary, å hete, å komme, å bo. I skipped the O in front of the next, but of course all infinitive forms have the letter O. Snakke, skrive, drikke, lese, spise, se, gå. Okay, that's all irregular verbs. We will mention two irregular verbs there. To do, å gjøre, which in present tense is gjør. You remove the E, you don't add an R. And next one, to be, å være, in present tense is er. Er. Okay, so to end off here today, I will just read a short dialogue and then translate it after. First, I will read it completely. Tore kommer fra Bergen, og Lise kommer fra Oslo. Nå er de på kongress i Kristiansand. Hei, god morgen. Jeg heter Tore. Hva heter du? Jeg heter Lise. Hvor kommer du fra? Jeg er fra Bergen. Hvor er du fra? Jeg kommer fra Oslo, men nå bor jeg i Arendal. Hyggelig å treffe deg. Så, first phrase. Tore kommer fra Bergen, og Lise kommer fra Oslo. Tore comes from Bergen, and Lise comes from Oslo. Nå er de på kongress i Kristiansand. Now they are in a congress in Kristiansand. It's a city south of Norway. Notice how the verb is in second location now. Nå er de på kongress. Hei, god morgen. Jeg heter Tore. Hva heter du? Hello. Good morning. My name is Tore. What is your name? Å hete, it's a verb to be called. Jeg heter Lise. Hvor kommer du fra? My name is Lise. Where do you come from? Jeg er fra Bergen. Hvor er du fra? I'm from Bergen. Where are you from? So, er fra, are from, or kommer fra, come from, you can use interchangeably, as in this dialogue. Jeg kommer fra Oslo, men nå bor jeg i Arendal. I come from Oslo, but now I live in Arendal. Again, notice the verb changing location. Tore, last dialogue. Hyggelig å treffe deg. Nice to meet you. Okay, thank you. And this is just a brief overview. For more exercises and more videos that will be eventually for the whole A1 level, visit our course, our site, norwegiancourse.com. Thank you.